What's a fun profession that's really hell if you've actually been in it? Well, would you look at that? Turns out the answer is everything. Doggy daycare. It's mostly stopping them from eating each other's poop and constantly cleaning up said poop and mopping up pee. Very little dog interaction. Anything that you enjoy is a recreational hobby. I've discovered that if you try to monetize it, you won't enjoy doing it anymore for very long after that. Working on film sets is a lot of fun, but it comes at a tremendous personal and health cost for below-the-line workers. It has long work hours, unpredictable employment, and a totally different way of life than most regular jobs. It will cost you your relationships outside of work and your health. It is absolutely a lot of fun to work on these sets. I would never want to do anything else. But it will absolutely ruin you. Maybe not fun, but many charities sell you the rewarding angle, but are in fact very toxic places to work. I've been a flight attendant for 24 years and I always get people who say, "Oh, I bet that's fun," and they think it's glamorous. I'm a waiter in a bad restaurant that can't throw out patrons who get too belligerent with me. To be fair, the travel is fun, and if I hated the job, I wouldn't have done it for so long. But the thing that's kept me here this long is that I'm in a union and I have health insurance. Stand-up comedy. You spend an insane amount of time watching and studying yourself, polishing your presentation and delivery, and telling the same jokes over and over again, relieved when there's an audience, because at least someone likes the jokes you've heard hundreds of times. Then, if you're successful and have a special or something, you agonize over the editing, watching yourself over and over again, deciding on what camera angles to use at which part. No thanks. I remember some commercial where Chris Rock turns on a TV and it's his stand-up. I would be like, no, I'm not watching this again. I'm a travel writer. When I tell people that, they envision that I lead an exciting, jet-setting life. One wherein I have a ragged, stamp-filled passport tucked in a rucksack next to a dog-eared farmer's guide and a Moleskine journal crammed with maps, notes, and photos. And then I get to come home and spin up a rich narrative of satisfying adventures, unexpected delights, exotic foods, and moments of life-affirming connection with friendly locals and gorgeous scenery from all over the world. Nope. I sit at a laptop in a home office in a very cold state and write and submit blog posts, ads, and websites based on assets pre-supplied by clients I don't actually get to meet or visit. I've never once been flown to a single one of the stunning destinations I describe as such in order to try to entice other people to visit them. It's all just speculation. Still, overall, it beats digging ditches. And I get to write for a living in the age of AI. So I don't hate it. It isn't hell per se. It's just way more Walter Mitty than Indiana Jones. Not what anyone expects. Although the position has largely died out, being a radio disc jockey was not nearly as fun and crazy as it is often portrayed. Terrible hours, low pay, and micromanagement from higher ups led to quick burnout for most DJs. Not to mention, you could be fired at any time for the smallest error. IT. People want everything with zero investment. Stuff you need 2 years to master is already obsolete by the time you finish studying it. Private investigator. I worked as a PI for a while about 20 years ago. The excitement and intrigue you might see in the media is not exactly made up, but it is severely condensed. More than 90% of your time as a PI is sitting there in the back of a van with your camera just waiting for someone to do something. There were certainly some fun aspects, like using hidden cameras and tailing people through traffic without being noticed, but sitting there in the cold day after day, peeing in a bottle got really old after a few months. Splylink mistake. Demolition. Sure, it's great fun blowing stuff up, like old buildings, oil well fires, quarries, etc. But the paperwork, insane. Need it to build or high explosives, transport them, obtain consumables, caps, boosters, etc. Pages of explosive design, liability paperwork, proof of certification, use disbursement, dead reports, actual use, leftover reports, and in quadruplicate, so the FBI, BLM, AF, and local government can lose their own copies. Still, blowing shit up is fun. Accounting. Not nearly as sexy or exciting as it seems from the outside. Kids are told that engineers get to invent cool new technologies like Benjamin Franklin or whatever. Most engineers do paperwork, marginal continuous improvement stuff, and sit in meetings all day. Lawyer. It's really not just arguing. The pay is good, but the hours are long, it's tedious, and a lot of it is soft skills and client management. Touring side of music industry is fantastic when you were 20. It's awful when you were 40. Away from home most of the year. Living out of a bus and hotel rooms 300 days a year. Eating at the same truck stops for the last 20 years. Showering at those truck stops, load in, stage set up, wait, dance on stage like a monkey, load out, on the road again. Repeat. It's like Groundhog's Day. I don't work in it, but I hear video game testing isn't as fun as it sounds. My cousin is a professional gamer. He told me after a while it stops being fun and becomes endless grinding just to get an edge over the competitors. I was always told teaching elementary school was fun. It really wasn't. Well, the actual teaching part was, but the other 80 of the job was a real shit show.